Yo, what is good, boys? We are back at it again with another MLB The Show 25 video for you guys, and today we have our latest Team Affinity drop, and dare I say it's by far the best Team Affinity drop of the year. I would say probably 27 of the cards are usable. The collection rewards actually kind of move the needle a little bit. So it looks like a very nice Team Affinity drop. We also got some other content in terms of like chase packs, spotlight programs, stuff like that. So it looks like a very good day to be on the game, which is great because competing with 2K, obviously competing with the release of Madden like 3.5, almost a month ago at this point. So it's a good time for content to pick up. And it's a good foundation to be set headed into the playoffs and then finest. So hopefully they keep the content up, but it looks like a really good time to be on the game. So I'm going to kind of gut react to all of the cards for you guys to let you know kind of which ones are worth grinding for the most. It's a pretty easy setup. It's basically Color Storm. So you use some of the prior bosses, you use some cards from that team, and you do a moment, and you've got the boss. So it's relatively straightforward. I think it'll probably take you, assuming you're combining them, it might take you 15 minutes to do each team. Assuming you're working towards multiple at the same time. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it. So we will start with our spotlight stuff. Vinny Pasquantino got a new card. I'm just gonna put in B tier. He's just a pinch hitter against righties. I'm not even gonna show his stats. I will flash back and forth because obviously none of these cards have updated cards on Showzone yet because the content just came out. But I'm not even gonna show him. He's maxed against righties. He is what he's supposed to be. He's very similar to this Ryan Howard. The only difference is one's 50k, one's completely free. So Pasquantino is better than Howard, but it's just really because of the price. Next up, we have JT Real Muto. Might get a little pushback here, but I'm just gonna give him A tier. To me, it's not really what I want out of a catcher. I guess I should have done this a little better. Let's see. So here's the card. Cycle JT Real Muto for the guy on Twitter. 104, 117, 100, 116, 118 clutch. Defense is all right. He's got Silver Shield. Now, I don't think that'll matter too much with his blocking being high and his arm being pretty good. Maybe you want to see more arm accuracy just so you have a higher chance of hitting a perfect throw, but if you're decent at the game, doesn't really matter. And then probably the fastest catcher in MLB history, or MLB The Show history, without a theme team boost. You parallel him, he's gonna have 96 speed. Should absolutely fly. Not gonna do a ton for you because the stealing isn't actually that good. Does have pop time, has no other quirks. I don't really love what they've done to his swing this year. Vision's not crazy. It's a cool card. It's a cool card. If you're already running like a Phillies team, he's cool. If you're a fan of like these righty catchers with big leg kicks like Will Smith, kind of Shea Langeliers, then I think he'll be all right for you. But he's nothing remarkable, especially with the tier of catchers that we've gotten so far this year. Next up, my guy Mike. This Giancarlo is S tier. He is pretty much right-handed Kyle Schwarber, and he is actually in the pack shop, so we'll make our way back over here. 116, 125, 125, 125. Vision's a little bit low. 125 clutch. 30 speed's pretty bad, and you probably don't want to play him in the field, and that's why I said right-handed Kyle Schwarber. Quirks are a little lackluster. Just depends on how well you get along with Stanton cards. I'd probably just rather run like the All-Star Judge. Maybe that's a crazy take, but I think I'll take all the quirks, the better defense, than not being abysmally slow. But he's all right. He's all right. He's not bad. I think he's S tier. I think he's like 70k right now. Assuming he comes down a little bit, this card's like 50k. Not the worst thing in the world. Next up, Raleigh Fingers. This was a curveball. I think he makes S tier. Maybe he's not like an S tier reliever necessarily, but I think relative to, he just walks into anybody's bullpen. If you own this card, he's going to be one of your bullpen pitchers. He probably won't be your go-to or anything like that, but he makes every bullpen in the game. Is he worth 200, 300k for this card? Not really. I probably want like more stamina at that point or something, or maybe a fifth pitch. Maybe that's sacrilegious to ask for on a pitcher that's you know, probably didn't even throw 4 pitches if we're being honest. But he's solid. He's not worth his price, but you know, if you want to splurge, if you've got millions at this point in the year, you know, I think he walks into every best bullpen in the game. And now we actually get started with our content. So we are a little all over the place here. Brand new Bryan Reynolds. He is the reward for collecting every single neon card, which is the Team Affinity. That's what it's called. And you can see he is 120, 125, 110, 102. Vision's not crazy, but it's not bad. Max out clutch. He is a very good fielder for a Bryan Reynolds, and he's already a primary right fielder. You probably want him to be a primary left fielder because the only one I can really think of is Willie Castro at the moment. So it'd be nicer if he was a primary left fielder, but he's already in right. Might as well leave him in the right. Looks like a really good card. He has some really good quirks. Dead red breaking ball, bad ball, no first pitch hitter, but I think you live with it. He looks like a dog. He looks really good. I think the power will probably show its head at times, but it'll be counteracted by how many crazy quirks he has. He has a swing that most people really like. I did not get along super well with the one from earlier in the year, the Weekend Classic. Or he was a chase card, actually. I didn't use that card and do super great with him. So maybe the 99 will be different. It's a free card. It just takes a little grinding. So definitely an S tier card today. Rizzo, if you know, you know. Always has a really nice swing in game. Let's see if anybody's discovered him yet. When I was going through this earlier, not everybody had discovered all of the cards yet. Here we are, Rizzo. So 114, 102, 111, 103. Pretty unremarkable hitting stats overall. 101 vision, 110 clutch. Quirks aren't going to be there because he's terrible in real life. So it's tough, but if you know, you know. His swing is so much better than like Pascantino and Howard, who I also have on this list, that I would just way rather use him over both of them. So I think he gets A tier for this drop. Looks like a solid enough card. Kyle Teal, another cool card. There's going to be probably a lot of A tier, I would assume. Let's see if we can navigate to find him. All right, let's just do it binder wise, because that is how I organized it. And then should be here. So Kyle Teal, 118, 110. Power's a little lackluster. 116 clutch. Some people really love the one at the start of the year. You will notice that it is kind of a theme with this drop, that it's a lot of fan favorite cards. It's a lot of cards that we have nostalgia from the start of the year with. You got like Kyle Teal, JJ Weatherholt, stuff like that. I would have personally liked a Max Clark. I don't think anybody used Gold McGonigal, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. It's a solid enough card. It's nothing crazy. Moving on. McGonigal, he's right here. C tier. I didn't use him. You know, maybe he's up there. Maybe he has a crazy swing, but he's a lefty shortstop / second baseman. He's not super fast. He's not a great fielder. He doesn't have awesome power. The clutch isn't like maxed out either. He's not gonna have quirks because he's a prospect. He's okay. He's nothing special. There's a couple cards that borderline are unusable just because the power is not really there at this point. He's solid enough. He's just like a worse Bazana. I don't know why you'd run him over Bazana, who's another like flashback card to the start of the year. Caglione, a lot of people really enjoyed this card at the start of the year. I don't know if I would necessarily be trying to run a lefty first baseman / outfielder at this point, but 101, 108, 115, 125, 105, 60 speed. No real quirks because he was a prospect. Now he is a solidified major leaguer at this point, I feel like, but solid enough. If you really enjoyed the card at the start of the year, he's cool. Nothing remarkable. You gotta have to really like the swing, or he's gonna have to still throw a knuckleball, stuff like that. Walker Jenkins, another just B tier guy. This was a somewhat Let me move that so that stops happening. This was a disappointing one for me because a lot of people really like the one at the start of the year. I just feel like the stats aren't really there to justify using him at this point. You will have to have absolutely loved the one at the start of the year, and I personally did not. So 119, 107, 105, 100, 114 clutch. Pretty slow for a center fielder. Does have a secondary right field. Fielding's not crazy. It's a cool card. It's nothing super special. So I'm gonna put him B tier. Adley, objectively S tier. I absolutely hated the one earlier in the year. And this one doesn't have the greatest stats in the world. So yeah, if you're comparing him to Bismacky and Cal Raleigh and Posada, he's pretty lackluster. But on his own, for a free card, you can go get with relatively little grinding. 104, 121, 196, 105 clutch, super good fielding. He's not slow for a catcher, but he's also not as fast as you probably like him to be. I just don't love his swing. I don't know if he's going to be push hitter again like the other card was. I'm good on him. I've got my catcher for the rest of the year, and it's not Adley Rutschman. So moving on to Marcelo, we'll just go over the card real quick. 115, 105, 120, 104, 110 clutch, 63 speed with decent fielding, but nothing crazy. He is a primary third baseman. He's like a lefty, worse Correa. So I think I'd rather run Correa. Selfishly, if they were going to give the Red Sox one, I would have liked a Christian Campbell. I thought his prospect card at the start of the year was insane. But B tier, not a crazy card. Jeter, I've got him twice on here for some reason, so we'll just do the pre-order one. A tier, I think the power is not really there, but obviously the quirks are really good. And for some people, the swing is going to be really good. So 125, 125, 125 on all contact stats. So he is going to give you the biggest PCI possible, unless it's a lefty pitching to him, throwing him circle changes, or a righty throwing him sliders, you know, the usual. So 85 power right, 92 against lefties. That's just below where I want to be at this point in the year. He does have some really nice quirks to offset that. But it's still not going to be amazing. And you can see he's only getting contact from his boost. Pretty fast for a Jeter card. We've had 99 speed in the past, but, you know, 93, if you superfractor him, I feel like it's pretty good. And then he will be a diamond fielder at shortstop, despite all the negative defensive runs saved. So he's all right. He's fine. I think Tatis kind of nukes him just because, you know, by far the best righty shortstop. And then there's a million switching shortstops. So I'm good on Jeter, but it's a cool card. It's a usable card. Berkman, easy S tier. Honestly, probably my favorite card that came out today, because I really liked the Prime one. I enjoyed that collection. Berkman, you can see he's right here. 125, 107, 125, 96, 125 clutch. He's already a primary first baseman, which is probably where you want to play him anyway. And 61 speed with really good quirks. If you use the other one, you know he's got great quirks other than bad ball hitter. So I like Berkman. His swing isn't necessarily for everybody, but he's really good. And again, he's not even a collection award, so you could grind him, and, you know, at most it'd probably take you 30 minutes. So absolute stud. Really enjoyed that card. Another card I really enjoyed at the start of the year. If you're a ball knower, you remember that it was pretty much Ted Simmons or bust until this Soderstrom came out. So this is another fun little throwback card to the start of the year. And he's pretty good, like 122, 103, 120, 94, 107 clutch. He has a very nice swing from what I remember. And then 68 speed. So assuming you are running him as a catcher, that's pretty fast for a catcher. The boost seems to be the same across the board for these teams. Like, yeah, the Yankees is toned down, I think, but 5 contact, 5 batting clutch, 5 hits seems to just be the routine at this point. Sean Green, he probably has the record for most Team Affinity cards, and nobody ever uses them. Like, he gets one every single year, dude. Multiple, some years. So, 125, 104, 111, 92, 108 clutch. You know, mediocre speed across the board. Just doesn't really separate himself from the pack in the outfield here. Honestly, I'm gonna put him C tier. I think there's just so many better guys you could run. Chandler Simpson, D tier. Unless you are an absolute bunt demon, I wouldn't be running him. The power is a lot better than it was on the Tops Now, and I use his Tops Now because that was back when you actually had to use like all the cards from the drop to complete the drop. His swing's nice. I will say his swing is nice, but 99 speed, not even a great fielder. Like, he'll be fine with Gold Shield and, you know, close to the 90 reaction at 99 speed, but it's not perfect. It's not PCA level defense. The vision being high will be nice for some people. But I could just run Tim Raines. If that's really what I want, I could just run Tim Raines. He would have quirks to kind of offset the power a little bit. So a pretty unremarkable card there, unfortunately, for Simpson. You know, if you're on a Rays team, I guess it kind of fits. But Logan O'Hoppe, B tier. He's all right. Like, he's fine. He just swings rebar, honestly. It's a shame that him and Napoli kind of have the exact same swing, in my opinion. They're just super slow, sluggish swings where the leg kick looks good, but it happens too late. And for some reason, their bat is just, like, disjointed from the rest of their swing. So 101, 125, 107, 125, 103 clutch. The fielding is pretty mediocre. Like, reaction being your highest fielding stat as a catcher is pretty gross. Again, he's pretty fast, and you can see the boost is the same. It's actually toned down for the Angels for some reason. Mike Trout coming soon, confirmed. And then he's got first pitch hitter, he's got breaking ball. So he's okay, but he just doesn't stand out from the pack, so I don't know why you would run him. Cole Emerson, there is, I think, two or three cards I'm not going to be able to tier list for you guys. He's one of them because he's just a straight up prospect. If he has gotten called up, he hasn't got a card in the show yet. I think he might have. 115, 105, 102, 90, 114 clutch. Not a diamond fielder, can't get to being a diamond fielder, so the upside of that is you can pretty much play him at second or third and not really lose any fielding. And then 81 speed, so it really just depends on his swing. He's nothing crazy. If he has a top tier lefty swing, maybe he's A tier. As I see him right now, he's just B tier. I don't know why you'd run him even over a guy like Jeter. I'd feel way more comfortable just running Jeter. Rafi P, he's just always kind of been gross. You know, he's got really good quirks, and you guys saw the stats there. He's fine. I think I'd rather use Rizzo. Maybe that's controversial. I've never really enjoyed a Palmeiro card. Even when he was the Live Series Collection Award, I had him on like day 1, day 2, whatever. I chose not to really use him that much. Certain guys really enjoy him. He's got really good quirks, and he's a crazy home run king in real life. But in the game, I'm never scared of him. I've never hit good with him. Just not really a card that stands out to me. Hunter Green kind of stands out. He's not bad. This might be the best Hunter Green we've ever gotten. He's still not great because look at these speed differentials. Like, you're looking at like a 11, 12 mile an hour difference for the most part. Yeah, the slurve, but most people that you're playing aren't going to read the slurve as any of his other pitches. Maybe the slider. Doesn't really have anything to work off the sinker with. The hits are very high. The control, let's see the pitch controls. Not great. He obviously has outliers. So if you're on All-Star, he's great. If you're on Hall of Fame, I think he'll be pretty borderline. And then I wouldn't pitch him on Legend unless you're going up against like a lineup full of righties, and maybe then you can get some swings and misses on the splitter. I think he's just solid. He's all right. If you're getting on the game after an extended break and you can go grind him, I think he can be your 4th, 5th best pitcher, no problem. But if you've already kind of fielding a really good starting staff, I don't think he really fits in. Gehrig, probably the highest overall card we got today. He's like the 2nd tier of the collection, actually. But 125, 120, 115, 109, 125 clutch. Good fielding for a first baseman if you care about that. And then 63 speed. And we know his quirks are crazy. He has bad ball, dead red, unfazed, first pitch, and breaking ball. I think he has perfect quirks. I can't think of any that he's missing. Obviously, like Road Warrior Day Player, those get counteracted, so you almost don't even catch them, or you don't count them. But I mean, he's pretty much perfect. Like, he's 100% better than Babe Ruth, I think, and they're not direct comp unless you were DHing both of them. But I mean, look out for the Yankees team, man. Like, he's a absolute monster. And for grinding out, I think you probably still have to get most of them. You have to get like 20 or 25, I think, for him. So you still have to get most of them. But to be the second guy that you unlock in a collection, absolutely crazy card. Definitely worthy of an S tier. Jesus Made, I want to say. 103, 111, 111, 102, 116 clutch. Speed's really good, and it's in a good spot too, because you can just parallel him, get to 99. He also has fielding in a good spot. Reaction's a little low, but you get him to P4, he'll have diamond fielding at shortstop. That's nothing to scoff at. It's definitely valuable. He's okay. He's all right. He's a like all-arounder, I think. Imagine if this was like an Arjun Namala card from the start of the year. I can't rank him because he doesn't have a card. This is his first card of the year. But imagine that was like a Namala card. That gold was pretty nasty. I don't know who the Blue Jays got. Sean Green. I think it was Sean Green. So a little unfortunate there. Connor Griffin, #1 prospect in baseball. Pirates fans rejoice. He looks all right. He's fine. Like 108, 105, 100, 114, 109 clutch. He's a crazy fielder at shortstop. 99 speed. He's a righty, so you don't really have to worry about the lefty-lefty stuff. No quirks is what probably keeps him from being S tier, in my opinion. Because if I remember right, at the start of the year, he had a crazy swing, and a lot of people ran him a lot longer than they probably should have, just because of his swing. Which reminds me of Jordan Lawler. Hopefully we can get Lawler soon, because his swing was insane at the start of the year. Next up, we got J.J. Weatherholt. Talk about throwback. This dude was a masher. Now, that being said, he was hitting off Live Series Tariq Skubal, Live Series Chris Sale, and Noah Schultz, Crochet. Like, very middle of the road lefty at bats for him at the time. Now he's going to have to hit off Leiter, Randy, probably a John soon. It's murderer's row. So not as good as it. We'll probably see like a Juan Soto effect with this card, where he was really good at the start of the year for a lot of people. Probably will not be as good as what his card at the start of the year was. But his swing's really good. 125, 110, 97, 100. So he kind of tiptoes that line between having a little less power than you'd like right now and having enough. So he's in a good spot. He's got great vision. His clutch is crazy. His fielding's not amazing, but 85's fine. It means if you love the card and you superfractor him, diamond defender at shortstop. If you don't love him at shortstop, you can just throw him in a secondary. He's still going to be a gold defender no matter what. And then 86 speed. So you put some parallels on him, he'll actually be kind of fast. I'm a big fan of this card. Like I say, he's going to have to hit lefty an absolute ton, but I think he sneaks into S tier. I think he's an absolute dog. Next up, Ozzy Albies, another S tier card. To me, he is probably just slightly worse Ketel Marte, where I like Marte's swing more for sure. I think Ozzy will be a better defender at second, because there's no way anybody can be worse than that all-star Ketel Marte at second base. And then he almost has the Marte splits at the plate, or Marte's like max against righties. He's almost max against lefties, but he's just missing a good chunk of power, which is unfortunate. So 104, 125, 103, 105. Good vision, not great vision. 121 clutch, 83 speed is decent. And then, like I said, can get to a diamond defender at second base. So that's nice if you want to run him into the ground. No quirks is crazy. With how the one earlier in the year played, I could swore he would have some quirks. So for me, I'd rather just have the bat of Marte and the swing I like and the best quirks in the game. But for a free alternative, I think there's some crazy like free alternatives in this drop, and I think he's one of them. So I think he's really good. Yuri Perez, he's going in like Chandler Simpson tier. Maybe that's harsh. He's just not good. He's just not good. He's pretty much Edward Cabrera. They play for the same team. They're both, I believe, Dominican. Cabrera could be a different ethnicity, but I'm not sure, or nationality. 118, 102, 82, so control's really bad on him. Max pitching clutch, so if you get runners on, he should be all right. But, outlier four seam, no outlier on anything is disgusting. And then pitch controls, yeah, I had a feeling they're bad. So he's not going to have a clue where it's going. His pitches don't really complement each other that much other than the sinker and the circle change, which you're not going to get a lot of swings and misses on anyway because the speed difference isn't very high. I think this is one of the worst cards that came out today. I think he's relatively BP. I think his slurve will be really good. Everything else, I'll probably just pass on Yuri. I could see him being one of those cards that has like almost pseudo outlier because his velo is so high. But even then, I would not be super high on the card. Grandy always has a really good swing. Always has some really bad stats. 112, 100, 118, 107, 108 clutch. Vision's not awesome. Fielding's mid. He's already in right field, so I guess that's kind of an advantage. It's old man Granderson for the Mets. 76 speed. Quirks are all right. They're not anything like insane. Like Dead Red and Bad Ball's cool. It's not great. He actually gives power, so all the boosts are not the same. I lied. So some of them give power. You'd probably rather. It's funny because a lot of the ones that give contact need power, and then a card that probably needs contact gives, or what I'm saying. Like they're not benefiting their own card. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, giving Beltron more power is kind of crazy, but I'm not gonna factor in the boost or anything like that. I think he's just solid, like B tier. Next up, we have a Philly, Bobby Abreu. I've not seen anybody use this card for the whole year. And with the stats on this one, I don't know how many people are still going to use him. 125, 108, 105, 91. Max out clutch, cool, whatever. There's a million cards out of max out clutch at this point. Fielding's whatever. Speed's pretty good. So, if you're already running a Phillies theme team, I think he's cool. From what I remember, running his cornerstone, running his cornerstone at the start of the year, I didn't really like his swing that much, so maybe this is one I'll get fought on a little bit because his quirks are crazy and the stats aren't putrid. I just think there's a million different ways I'd rather go in the outfield than him. So I'll bump him up. I'll bump him up because he's not inherently he's probably got a worse swing than Caglione, probably a slightly worse swing than Jenkins, but his quirks are way better than both of them. So I'll move him up. I won't completely disrespect him. Beltre, I'm putting him B tier. I can't do it. The one at the start of the year had literally no power, so maybe that's why I have this negative connotation of him. But 113, 110, 111, 110, 110 clutch. Max outfielder, in theory, he's the best defensive third baseman in the game. He is a little short, so maybe it's still like Scott Rowland or an Arenado or something like that. 70 speed, not especially slow. The boost is dumbed down because Dodgers have too many good players. And then first pitch, dead red, breaking ball, and bad ball. So quirks wise, he should be up there. I'm just throwing him an inside sinker every at bat, and I've just never really loved a Beltre card. So I'll give him top of B tier. I'm just not willing to go any higher than that. Jackson Merrill. This is a card where every year a lot of people swear by his swing. He's almost like Kyle Tucker in that aspect. I'm probably good on running him. Maybe he's interesting at second base. 125, 102, 104, 92. I think those stats are just pretty lackluster. 114 clutch. Fielding's really good for what that matters. If you run him in center, it kind of matters. If you run him at second, you got to get 3 parallels on him. He's cool. Shortstop is pretty unique for him. I don't think he's ever gotten a shortstop in the past. But I think he's relatively mid. Did I not rank him? Or did I give him B tier? I'd probably give him B tier. I don't know why he's not on the list, but whatever. Here he is. He got out of order somehow. I'll give him B tier. A lot of people really like his swing. Maybe he goes up to A tier for you, but I'm good, personally. Perdomo. This card's sneaky. He's A tier. Don't pay attention too much to within the tiers. I'm not really organizing that. I don't know. Here he is. We're just all over the place with this page. 111, 125. So contact's crazy, especially for a switch hitter. 98 power right. Again, towing that line, and then 86 power left probably is below where you want at this point. Crazy vision. I think the highest vision of any card we've seen today, other than maybe Brian Reynolds, maybe Lou Gehrig. So if you're a vision freak, here you go. Max out clutch, always going to help his PCI. He is a gold fielder at shortstop. You give him superfractored, you can put him at second, third, he'll stay gold. Reaction's pretty good. And he's not fast, but he's not slow. Quirks aren't crazy. I remember absolutely mashing with, I think I used one of his cards at the start of the year, and then I used that summer one a little bit in the mini season just because he was quick sell. I was pleasantly surprised. I think no quirks hurts his case a little bit, but just another good switch hitting shortstop option where if you want to run Jeter, I get it. If you want to run Perdomo, I completely understand that as well. Zim, he used to actually be good. He used to be good at the start of the year. D tier, I think he's got some life on Legend. He's a guy where his best difficulty was GOAT, and it's not even in the game anymore. So he's got some life on Legend. If you got an okay start on him on Hall of Fame, I'd believe you. I'm sure he can absolutely paint on All-Star. I'm sure he's got some of the smallest bars in the game on All-Star. I'm good on this card. I don't even really want to show his stats, but I will. So 109 control. That's like one of the higher ones of the entire year. And then you can see the pitch control is pretty much maxed. So I'm sure he absolutely paints. The one in the past painted, but I'm probably good on actually running this card at this point of the year. Next up, we'll do Willie Mays. There's only a couple left to even do. 110, 112, 105, 113, 110 clutch, good vision, crazy speed, crazy fielding. As far as just aggregate attributes, this is probably one of the highest overall cards that came out today. And it's for a good reason. Like, his quirks are decent too. They're not perfect, but they're decent. It's because his swing is terrible. Like, every year, Willie Mays' swing is terrible, and we go through the cycle of, like, is it actually good this year? And it never is. So, I mean, I'll give him very bottom of A tier for the 5 people that will actually enjoy his swing, that do enjoy his swing. But for me personally, will not be touching this card. There's too many better options. He's all right, but I think the swing really holds him back. At least they gave him really good stats where there's something to think about. It's good enough. It's very reminiscent to like the Chase card from last year, where it's like the stats are good enough to where if I could just hit okay with him, he'd be worth it. But rarely, if ever, is that actually the case. Al Leiter, S tier. Probably the best card that came out today in retrospect. I don't know how much better he really is than, because I run the World Series reward with the Mets boost. So in theory, this one just checks all the same boxes. Will be my most superfractored card of the year. I superfractored the Blue Jays one. I superfractored the ranked reward one. And this one will probably be getting superfractored as well. You can see same pitch mix. I believe the speeds are the same. The sinker seems a little bit low to me, but I think I'm just tripping. And if you put parallels on him, he's still going to throw it 96, 97 sometimes. You can see the pitch controls are really good other than the changeup, which hasn't really changed too much from his other card. I think his walks are about the same, if not higher. Pretty much max break on everything if you care about that. And then the quirks, I'm sure, are just the same quirks that he's had all year. So you're really just getting an upgrade in control by a little bit, an upgrade in hits by a little bit, I would assume. So absolute stud. Probably in reality the best card that came out today, but it's very similar to like the monthly Scooball versus the All-Star Scooball, where it's not actually going to be that much of an upgrade. Bazana, I'll give him A tier. He's basically left-handed Connor Griffin, where a lot of people just loved him at the start of the year, and I'm not going to argue with it. He looks pretty good. He doesn't look exceptional. I probably wouldn't run him in center field at this point. I think he's just a pure second baseman. But 125, 112, 95, 93. Vision's all right. It's not great. Maxed out clutch, like I said, always helps your PCI size. Good enough fielder, nothing crazy. Reaction's really high, so you like to see that. And then he will be decently fast with like 93 speed. No quirks because he is a prospect, but gives power. So, you know, if you're still running like a J-Ram or somebody or a Santana, power is probably what you'd want to give him. So I think he's a very good captain with a very good boost. But like I said, not factoring in boost necessarily. And then Jeter, I'll just, you know, wherever the other one is, this one will go because Showzone doesn't let me delete cards. So that is it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this gives you a good idea of what to go grind. I think the cards I'm probably the most excited for, funny enough, is Connor Griffin and JJ Weatherholt, because they were just so good at the start of the year for a lot of people. A Brendan Montgomery would be crazy. Like I said, I would love a Jordan Lawler, but Tatis is basically the same thing with better quirks. So should be a really good drop. Looks absolutely phenomenal. And we will be streaming. By the time you guys are seeing this, I'll probably be live. You probably won't get a notification because the way YouTube works is if an upload's close to a stream, it only recommends one of them. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you're seeing this on time. Till next time. Peace.